Welcome to my channel, Just Jovi. In this video, we will talk about the issues affecting the K1 visa process. We will also address common concerns K1 applicants are experiencing now. But first, let's talk about this pandemic that took us into an emotional roller coaster ride. COVID-19 is a game-changer experience, a global crisis that has infected millions and killed 650,000 people worldwide as of July 28. March 11, 2020, when World Health Organization classified COVID-19 as a pandemic.
Levels of inaction. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Countries and territories around the world have enforced lockdowns of a varying degrees. There are worldwide curfews, quarantines, and similar restrictions. Some call it stay-at-home or shelter-in-place orders, shutdowns, or lockdowns. This led to closing of U.S. embassies worldwide. In Philippines, U.S. Embassy Manila was closed by March 17, 2020. In other countries like Thailand, their U.S. Embassy suspends routine visa services by March 25, 2020, which is a few days later than Manila U.S. Embassy, so it is different in each country. By April 22, 2020, exactly 6 weeks after WHO classified COVID-19 as a pandemic, the U.S. administration also released an executive order. It is a 60-day immigration ban. It bans many immigrant visas from being interviewed, approved, or issued at the U.S. consulates and embassies. It is supposedly goes into effect April 23 to 2020 and only until June 23, 2020. However, later on, the U.S. administration have decided that the 60-day immigration ban is an insufficient time. By June 22, a new proclamation was released, the Proclamation 10014, that extends the ban till December 31, 2020. The immigration ban specifically targets immigrant visa, and this has caused some confusion to many. Is the K1 Fiance visa an immigrant visa, or is it a non-immigrant visa? The good news is that K1 Fiance visas are non-immigrant visa, and so they are exempt from the proclamation. Here is a list of visas that are specifically banned. The embassy in Manila also confirmed on its website that K visas are not impacted by the presidential proclamation. Even if K1s are not included on immigration ban, still a lot of K1 applicants are not receiving any updates from NVC, and interviews are still being cancelled or postponed. So in our situation, Tim and I did our application together. We have a shared Google Doc folder where both of us can work on the forms and documents needed for our packet. We had Skype calls and we did screen share. We were done by February 3 and mailed our packet. Tim, since he is the petitioner, he received the NOAA 1 on February 12 via email. So we have our receipt number. Once you have your receipt number from USCIS, you can now track your case status using the USCIS case tracker. Around May, Tim received a text message before he actually received the NOAA 2 via snail mail. We got our NOAA 2 approval by May 5. And after that, we haven't heard from NVC for almost 2 months. We also didn't receive a welcome letter. We checked our status again on the USCIS case tracker, and this is how it looks. Apparently, the USCIS case tracker stopped updating once your packet has been forwarded to NVC. Supposedly, we are on this stage, step 4, but we haven't our case number and our invoice ID number, so we can't move forward. We got anxious waiting, so team tried reaching out to NVC using their public inquiry form. The response we got was not directly answering our concerns, but they gave us our case number. So at least we can check our status using the Consular Electronic Application Center. Because of the pandemic and closing of embassies in the previous months, applications that has reached the NVC stage are not forwarded or not being processed at the consulate stage or being issued since they are not mission critical. Some cases are held off at NVC and not given out by the U.S. consulate or embassies that are still closed. Remember, it is different in each country. See each individual U.S. embassy or consulate's website for information regarding operating status and which services it is currently offering. For example, here in Philippines, U.S. Embassy, there is a visa cancellation till August 28. So whether our case is still at NVC or even if it has arrived in our consulate, they are not being prioritized since K1 visa are not mission critical. The U.S. Embassy is currently processing only mission critical immigrant visa applications. In this post dated July 14, they are still on a phased resumption, meaning not all visa services are in full operation. We have to see our individual consulate what visa they are resuming. And when they resume, expect delays and backlogs as USCIS, NVC, and even our local consulates and US embassies scrambles to accommodate all those with delayed interviews, which at the same time dealing with staff shortages. So to all couples out there who are also waiting for their K1 application updates, just hang in there. The pandemic is a game changer that has also brought more issues that is affecting the immigration process. But remember, it is just a game changer, not a game ender. Thank you for watching and hope you subscribe.